allowed the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego. My ego la wa mo la mo do. My ego diary, my ego number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wán. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun live. Thank you very much for joining us once again. Please take your time to read the caption of the broadcast, which is the writer for it, and then read the description of the broadcast as well. You know the routine. Like it, and then share the broadcast to invite your friends, your not so friendly friends. Tell them all that Mayegun today. So tonight, we are going to Rivers State. Just like everybody understands that the last has not been heard of the political upheaval or crisis, which somehow is what led to the state of emergency being declared there, and the governor, as well as the status of assembly members, being suspended by Chief Numbu. Now, some new developments are beginning to come to light, in which those who felt that the purpose of suspending the democratically elected government in Rivers State was not to forestall peace. It was actually for Wike's, political empire to be rebuilt by this Sole Administrator. So today, women in Rivers State, right, came together in what you can call the solidarity protest, because they were not just demanding an end to this Sole Administrator, right? They want Fubara reinstated as part of their demands. The Sole Administrator, which we kind of have been, talking about a bit on this platform itself, right, is a creation of Tinubu's imagination or something, because there is no law or no part of Nigerian law that has room for Sole Administrator. Now, it was said again that their plan was this Sole Administrator would be working with the National Assembly for approval, which means, for whatever he had to do, since there will be no status of assembly or what have you. So he would need the approval of the National Assembly, but he hasn't gotten any. So this person has single-handedly dissolved the state electoral board, and he's dissolved the local government administration as well. And now he's actually doing what they accused Fubara of planning to do. You know what I mean? Like, it was going to break law, or it was breaking law and all that. So this one is doing the same. And somehow people feel so concerned, believe that there may be no plan for Fubara to come back, And tonight, that is where we are going to start from. There is also this social media buzz talking about, the health concern for the Wike again, the brain behind this whole mess. So let's go to Rivers State, and then we'll take it off from there. Women that protested against the Sole Administrator. River State women came out to demand for the reinstatement of Fubara. We haven't heard much from Fubara himself in the recent while. So, but we have been hearing from a lot of people, and most of them were active players in what is going on in River State. Somehow, their conclusion, right? Those of them who were on the side of Fubara, I believe, or those who are kind of like against the state of emergency declared by Tifnumbu, which in itself is illegal. But you are now in a place worse than a banana republic. So you would have to cherry pick what is more bad or evil. You know what I mean? Like, you've got so much, breaking of your laws done by these guys. So you would have to like weigh in which one is like the biggest one that you can say, okay, yeah, you know what, let's just leave this and pick the other one in a way. But this is one of the biggest one that could or should have erupted, into a national kind of like shutdown. But Tifnumbu and his gang, understanding the situation, understanding the stage at which, their level of state capture is currently potent, this consolidation of their power, how potent it is now on the people, and then how divided the people are as well to their own advantage. So they dared it, and they will do more. So now the sole administrator now has this massive power that there is no section of their law gives to him. He has the power to dissolve the democratically set up government functionaries, which can only be done, right, when a new government, democratically elected, as I think, would have such power of changing personnel and all that. But this one has been like operating everything Fubara, according to Fubara's defenders. And you have to feel sorry for some of them because they seem so powerless. You know what I mean by powerless is that when they speak like this, when you see them on every platform trying to tell everyone who cares to listen that, but this can't be right. This cannot be right. I mean, somebody who is never elected whatsoever, no law gives him any power, would appoint electoral body. It will conduct local government elections. Like, how is this all right? Like I said, you will want to feel sorry for them because it's like, who are they talking to? Who are they expecting to actually kind of like fix this? When the people who declare state of emergency, Tifnumbu that declares state of emergency, those behind it, including the sole administrator, they all have just one single common goal, which is to control River State politically and then maybe financially too. I mean, financially, very important. Do you understand? So when you speak out like this, it's like, I mean, there must be institutions to fix all these things. That is the problem. Institutions have been so compromised that right now, they would have to decide what is criminal and what is not. And that depends on the mood of the Tifnumbu's regime, as well as everything that is connected to it, the judiciary, the legislature, they would name it. So they are like at the beck and call of these guys, and whatever they do is now the law. That part. There is a part where you have to say, but the law says, section 2 and 2 subsection. Shut up. We will tell you what the law says. Okay? It is what we say the law says that the law says. Do you have any problem with that? Okay, then you go to court and then they repeat the same and tell you that, yeah, this action is what this guy said it is by the law, and that is the law. But that is not the law, but that is the law now. And that's it. So that's the level that Nigeria has gotten to. So, but we do have, people who are still speaking or pointing out all these discrepancies. Some believe that their sole administrator as, okay, here is another one. The sole administrator is not from Rivers State, okay? Ibas is from Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom, a big Cross River, because I always mix them up. Anyway, I'll use Akwa Ibom, and please correct me if it is Cross River, okay? But Ibas, anyway. So Ibas is from another state entirely, okay? He has served in Rivers State as one of these military personnel or chiefs posted to there, wherever there, right? So he was, and I don't know if he's still a friend with Wike, right? So Ibas was supposed to be a neutral person who knows nobody, right? He would have to meet almost everyone if the mission was to actually bring peace or something, right? Well, suddenly Ibas knows everyone. Ibas knows people that he can't trust those that were handling at the affair of the state with Fubara. They had to appoint new sets, and all these new sets, people are now asking, who are those giving him the names? I mean, the passion at which this guy is talking, right? Listen to this one, the first one.
Okay, thank you. What has happened in Rivers State, to tell you the truth, democracy has been killed and buried in Rivers State. As I speak to you, the sole aim why the sole administrator was sent to Rivers State, according to Mr. President, was to foster peace amongst the both parties, having the political conflict. But on the very first week, we actually thought the sole administrator did well by calling the chiefs and the head of local governments and having engagements with them. But afterwards, what has happened is a clear move to show the world that this whole thing is targeted at the governor of Rivers State. Because one, why will the sole administrator come and act as if he's an elected governor of Rivers State? I know Mr. President is not aware of this whole thing, but coming on ground, we expected the sole administrator, who is on ground, to give him first-hand information. Dismantling the structures, a working system, well-democratically system that was set up by the governor is impunity. How do you explain to Rivers people that you dissolved the RISEC that is responsible for conducting local government election, and you appointed some persons? Who gave you those names? You're supposed to meet with key critical stakeholders before decisions are made. As a matter of fact, the sole administrator is not empowered by the law to conduct election in Rivers State. Also, as if that was not enough, they have gone ahead to release names of people that will oversee the affairs of the local government in the 23 local government. This whole thing is impunity. And I'm aware that Mr. President is not aware, but it's high time we speak up and tell the world what is happening in Rivers State. The Supreme Court justices gave a clear judgment that this thing should not happen. I have a copy of that judgment delivered by Honorable Justice Emmanuel James. I can read it for you. Where they don't have the powers. You don't even have the powers to act as a governor. In that particular judgment, the part of it said, the law is settled by a long line of decision of this court that by the virtue of Section 1, Subsection 2, and Section 7, Subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution, local government must be democratically elected local government council and no other body, and that the government or administration of a local government area by a state government, governor of a state, local government caretaker committee, interim local government council, administrator, boldly written, head of local government, or whatever the name called by any other state agency or other body is not in accordance with the 1999 Constitution, is therefore unconstitutional, illegal, and of no effect. So now I want to ask, is Rivers State not part of Nigeria? Is the Constitution not part of what we are doing here in this state? Are we in a full-blown military regime? Where if you tell us that we're in a full-blown military regime, then we'll go back home and sleep. Because what is happening is clear provocation aimed at the governor, so that the supporters of the governor we want to resist, they will now use in the guise of that, and cause mayhem in the state. So I want to tell the entire world that the sole administrator do not have the constitutional powers to do everything that he has done. Dismantling all structured. You went to Local Government Service Commission, and you also appointed the first cousin of the deputy minister. Is that proper? So I don't know why the whole world, the Nigerians, are keeping quiet. See democracy buried in a state like Rivers State. The people have remained calm. We have remained calm and will continue to be calm. The silence of the governor is enough protest, because some persons are calling, why are we not on the street protesting? The silence of the governor is enough protest, because the governor knows that the moment he makes a move, our people, we might not be able to curtail them. So it's high time the Sole Administrator understand that the reason why he's here is not for a particular group alone. The Sole Administrator was supposed to come, call both parties, see how we can bring political peace in this state, because we have normalcy in the state, but there's this political crisis going on. So we expected to have held meetings with the Sole Administrator from both ends, the FCT Minister and the Governor of the state, so we can tell Mr. President that we are ready as a people to move the state forward. Instead, what we are...
If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it is successful again. A town hall, different from Bulaba.
Because somebody who is living in denial, they always sound like the most stupid people. I'll tell you. The guy is challenging the right of the administrator appointed by Tifnumbu to doing what he is doing. And he is right. Then he ruined it by saying Tifnumbu is not aware. That he is sure that Tifnumbu is not aware that all these things are going on. So meanwhile, he was supposed to be aware. That is living in denial. Wike is the favored one, using the federal power, abusing the federal power to do what? To further dent your democracy. That is the story. But if you begin to exonerate Tifnumbu, Tifnumbu want peace, you know what I mean? Even though this is all about sharing. It's about sharing. Okay? Whatever the agreement was between Fubara and Wike, it was about sharing. And if that is not working out, right? Tifnumbu said he didn't want them to burn down the state, Abi. That's why he's appointing a Sole. Then the Sole Administrator is now mingling with Wike. So the Fubara guys, they cannot keep acting as stupid. That is living in denial. And they pretend like, oh, Tifnumbu is not aware. Who you deceive? You see, there's another leader, all right, especially one of those considered as a River State leaders, Ankyo Briggs, you know that lady, that old lady. She too, this time she pretty much like really went further. This one is not holding back. She made it clear, right, that it's obvious that Tifnumbu has taken side, but this is not going to end well, she said. Now listen to this part.
It is not, for Rivers people right now, today, as I speak to you in Abuja this evening, it is no longer an issue for us of what do we think he is doing. We know what he is doing now. It's very clear what he is doing. He's biased. Very clearly, his emergence is in question, has been since he emerged. The circumstances under which he emerged, when the president addressed the nation and told us that he was declaring a state of emergency in Rivers State, was very clear that there was insecurity in Rivers State. There was no insecurity in Rivers State. The president has been grossly misinformed through no fault of his own. He was misinformed by personal interest and personal political and economic and power interest in Rivers State. Now the question we are asking ourselves is that at what point are we going to feel that our back is against the wall and that there has to be a pushback, that the people of Rivers State have to be able to say to the president, Mr. President, we need to speak with you. You need to talk to us. We are the people. We are the people who are suffering the misinformation. Now, if we accept that Ibas was called out of retirement and sent to Rivers State to keep the peace, he is very far away from keeping the peace. As a matter of fact, what he's doing is pouring petrol on a fire that the president may have thought is simmering. He set it ablaze. River State is on fire right now as we speak, in the sense of the anger that the people of River State feel. If we recall, in May 2024, the Attorney General, the Minister for Justice, filed a lawsuit against the state governments, all the 36 state governments, for violating the Constitution of Nigeria when it comes to the local government area administration. And the Supreme Court declared then that it was unconstitutional for state governors to withhold funds of local government or dissolve local government area council or to appoint caretaker committees, which has been done over the years. And at that point, River State Governor Fubara had already appointed caretaker committees, which he immediately pulled back. So an election was held. The PDP, the political party that the River State governor belongs to, and the people of River State have voted out of choice, did not partake in the election of the local government. Another party, an elephant party or something like that, partook, and they won majority, about 22 of the local government seats. And the River State government ended up in Abuja in front of the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court gave a judgment on the 28th of February that addressed an issue that they had no business addressing, because it was already a case in the lower court in River State, which was, did the 27 lawmakers leave their constituents naked by abandoning them and crossing over to APC or not? That case had not been resolved when the Supreme Court took it upon itself to make a decision on it. Well, it's the Supreme Court, there is no other place to go, we're told, even though we feel that it could be addressed, at least we could ask for interpretation of it. But Sim Fubara decided that he would obey that Supreme Court judgment. You are aware that Pandef at that time also, within that period of time, also went in.
That's the Pan-Niger Delta Forum.
Yes, also went in to meet with the president. The major issue was the River State issue, among so many other issues that affect the Niger Delta. And I was one of the delegates at that meeting with the president. And we met with him on the Tuesday, and on the Monday, Fubara was suspended. So there is already that feeling amongst Rivers people that already the idea, the concept to suspend Governor Fubara was already on the table.
You said you met him on a Tuesday.
We did.
Yeah, and
yeah.
And
then he was suspended on the Monday, following the Tuesday, which is almost
the subsequent
a week.
Monday,
yes, the subsequent Monday. And so these are all the things that have boggled our minds now. Ibas, with no disrespect attached, but he is for us the so-called administrator of River State. Now, he was sent there, if we play back what the president said, to keep peace. He has done anything but keep the peace. As a matter of fact, he came in and fired the structure that he met. He is supposed to work with the structure that he met. He is not elected to govern. There is serious concern. I can take the responsibility for that and say that to you as a Rivers daughter, that there is serious concern, because this is the sort of thing that will explode. You will not be able to control it. I've been in Abuja for a couple of days for some meetings, And within this couple of, yesterday, while I was in the meeting, my phone wasn't ringing off the hook because it was on silent, but the lights were flashing because I was receiving messages. And when I was looking at the messages, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, that he had appointed local government chairman. Now, he is an illegal, the administrator. Ibas.
Well, he had appointed local government
He had
administrators.
appointed
Right.
local government administrators.
To act as chairman.
To act as
Right.
chairman. He has no such right constitutionally. The Constitution does not give him those rights. I do not believe that President Tinubu asked him, when you get to Rivers State, dismantle what you find there and agitate the people of Rivers State. He is not neutral. He is working a script. He is playing out a script. And I mean, we all know what script he is playing out. But this is dangerous.
What script
the
might
point,
that be?
The script he is playing out is the script of Nyesom Wike. Because the people that are being appointed right now, as I speak to you, being removed are people that Fubara put there. The people that he, Ibas, is bringing in are majorly Wike's people. It doesn't take a brain surgeon, neither does it take an
Well, that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
It is
basically.
a disaster.
Recipe for disaster. Ankyo Briggs. Here is a legal practitioner who is also a political analyst. I think they call him a TTA or so, right? His own view on this illegality, as well as the silence of the civil society. Like, why is everywhere so quiet? I asked that yesterday. I was like, is Nigeria so hopeless? Or has Nigeria become so hopeless? Right? Apapa, you are likely going to be seen as somebody who has choco, simply because you are trying to question the abnormalities. It's like the abnormalities have become so normal. The breaking of the law and all of that stuff could be done so brazenly, like these guys are doing, that nobody will even raise any whim. And then the answer is going to be like, well, that's true. Yes. Not that people won't talk about it, but what are they going to do about it? That's it. There's nothing they can do about it. But why? Listen to this.
You know, illegality begets illegality, and until there is a correction by the person who has the power to do it, in this case, the president. The concept of a sole administrator is strange and unknown to Nigerian constitution, and it's important that we remind the brilliant and exceptional advisors of our president that these things must go according to law. Section 1 of the Nigerian Constitution says that no part of the federation, the whole federation, and no part of it, no person can take it over, can take over the federation or any part of it, you know, except in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. So as we speak, Rivers State has been taken over by a sole administrator that is unknown to law. In previous cases, whether in Williams and Majekudumi that attempted to define the powers of a president, the courts always withdrew, saying that it's a matter that has to do with the president. But what does the president do when nobody challenges actually his powers to declare a state of emergency, but the appointment of a personality unknown to law? And while Nigerians are grappling with that, the said personality, which is operating as an illegal personality, now goes ahead to take decisions that are supposed to be political. And now that's the problem. Let's understand that, you know, whereas it's in the news, I haven't verified it, whereas for certain reasons, monies that are accruable to Rivers State were seized by the federal government as a result of a court order.
Based on the Supreme Court.
Based on an order of the court, the Supreme Court. Yeah, and then that's for an elected governor. So on what basis should an unelected personality unknown to the people of Rivers State in terms of its politics, now begin to take consequential actions. I think the president must be reminded that it's a dangerous precedent to disregard the provisions of the Constitution. You know,
the entire system is broken. People sit together and say, man, this is not right. And there will be consequences. The table will turn. And just like the guys you see wielding power today with this stiff number, there were those who were wielding the same power just yesterday. They were with Bokohari. And there were those before them as well who were with Jonathan. So it was like always going to be like that. And whenever presidents are sort of like laid in what Nigeria is known for, it will keep going on and on and on. And yeah, it will never end. Impunity, right, where the respect for your own law is not really sacrosanct. Like to them, they have no respect for your law. They don't care. It is whatever they do, that is the law. What we do. Say, do as we say. But you can't do as we do. Because ordinarily that kind of make it easier to become a lawless, completely banana republic. I think it's actually worse than banana republic right now anyway. Illegality. Where Wike was seen a few days ago, then yesterday, and that has also raised a new kind of health speculations. Remember when they said that Wike collapsed and he was flown to France, then he came out just 24 hours later to say, no, that never happened, and all that stuff. So few hours after, he was spotted at an event limping. People have been kind of like, concerned. When they said that Wike was dead or Wike collapsed, and as much as it was just like one stupid rumor, so to say, but the reactions in the social media, if I was Wike, is just probably a glimpse into what life would be if that was true. Like, okay, somebody says something like, okay, Mayegun collapsed, Mayegun is dead or something like that, right? And like, everybody started saying shit, like started saying a lot of things, and you see the number, and you see the traffic of those who were actually hoping that it's true. But it's not, then you are alive. So to others, they said that could be a point where you have to have a sober reflection about life generally. Because yes, it's unfortunate, right, that the last 10 years in Nigeria, led by the APC, they have done so much to divide the people along ethnic, tribal, religious, and name it line, in which the people have become so engrossed in this kind of like hatred that is so institutionalized that, I mean, they can't wait to start killing themselves. So last 10 years of the APC, enough that what people used to say in private, how they feel about their leaders or dealers, the political office holders, are now being said openly, like publicly, online, all over the place. So if you happen to be with a Wike, I would have so much sober reflection to say, man, there must be something not right. But people are telling with a Wike that maybe because he's doing what is right. That is why people are, in quotes, hating him. So when they saw these two videos I'm going to share with you, right, others are saying something is wrong with him, because when you see with the Wike, there's always this feeling that something is just not right. And even if it's just a stress, right, medically, something is amiss Wike is 57 years old. But when you look at him one-on-one, you would not argue if they tell you that Wike is 71 years old. Because one, you may think, is this an old man who has so much money? Because he actually does have money, right? So much money, then he's now getting younger. It's like a younger old man. When you see Wike, you won't believe that he's 57. He's like 75, 70. You know what I mean? Like all these old men, but they are old. But they still old, they look old, but they tell themselves that I'm younger because you won't believe it, I'm actually 78. It's like, oh, no wonder. Even though you're telling yourself, Daddy, that you are looking younger, fine. But you're not looking younger, you're actually looking really old and fresh. Anyway, so here is that clip. I don't know if some of you have seen them there too. The first one and the second one on two different occasions. And this was even before he went to London to host these guys from the State House of Assembly, remember? Yeah, in the midst of this whole thing, and when you ask where the Wike is going to tell you that nothing is wrong, this whole thing is being sponsored by Fubara. That's what it's going to tell you. We wish them what they wish themselves. For Koolu, right? In case if you are not aware, they are raised for 2027, which means Koolu's second term campaign have started across the board. And yeah, I don't know, for those of you who are going to participate, those of you who are going to go and get your PBC, yeah, going to go and, I don't know. Anyway, so from what we have gathered, right, Tinubu is going to sack Mahmood Yakubu, and that is going to happen anytime from now. So to those of you who have witnessed Mahmood Yakubu that gave you Tinubu, I want to tell you ahead of time that you're about to witness what is even worse. Yeah. Well, you are still going to get your PPC, aren't you? Yeah. So Tinubu has the leverage of a compromised system to get himself the full control. And I'm talking about the leverage that, when you have a corrupt system, right? There are those who are ready, those who are buyable. You know what I mean? Like when they tell you that everybody has a price, and you're like, I don't have a price. I say, no, everybody has a price. And you're like, no, I don't. It's because they can have somebody like you who has a price, and he can do the job. That's how it works. So compromised institutions that were just like available for the highest bidder helped Tinubu to gain the presidency. So now Tinubu is the one that will print your voter's card. It's like that time that guy's name again, it's a pandemic, was the one in charge of your communication. Communication minister, Bokohari. Yeah, communication minister, and then a Boko Haram sympathizer somehow, right? And rather than track terrorists, they are tracking citizens that are criticizing government, and then they are trying them as terrorists. They are charging them for terrorism and treason. So that's exactly what Tinubu is right now. So he's going to make an announcement anytime from now. Their fear, by the way, is that he is going to appoint a Yoruba man as INEC chairman. And if you dare say that is impossible, why would you appoint a Yoruba man? You are a Yoruba president. They will tell you that after Jega, the last time you probably have something sane enough, was horrible, right? But that was the last time you had anything sane enough. During the time of a good luck Joe Lantern, right? So Joe Lantern from Bayelsa, Jega from, I don't know, well, from the north, all right? Then collaborated with this jihadist as well as these druggies, right? In order to scare the, to scare this Egbere Lantern away. And they got the power. But, well, when Bokohari now came in, he didn't extend the Jaga's time. He appointed another northerner. That's what they'll tell you. I'm just saying this now so that when that time comes, you don't begin to try to say, this is just like what happened in River State. This is so wrong. It's unconstitutional. Allow you calm down. You don't have any country anymore. Now only you did think say you get constitution anywhere or you get democracy. What you have is called unitary system of government. Okay, unitary. Everybody everybody lying straight behind the leader. So whether they are leading you to the gallows or they are leading you to the leading you into the dungeon, you shall follow the leader. That's it. That is not democracy. That is what you have. Okay? So yeah, they're going to appoint, to even make, this is another one, to even make their divisive plan to work well. Yeah? He may even appoint an Igbo man. You say an Igbo man has been appointed as INEC chairman. Right? So that when your 2027 comes, and those of you who are going to go and participate are going to get robbed, which is obvious, they're going to rob you. All right? So then you get robbed. I think maybe then, it would have to be, the blame would have to go to that Igbo man. While Tifnubu, like the Bokohari's time, right? Like Bokohari and Emefiole. Yeah. Bokohari, they sold the idea of changing money to Bokohari. Bokohari wrote a letter to National Assembly that he wants to change money. National Assembly agreed that he should go and change money. Bokohari announced the deadline to change the old money. Every one of them knew why he wanted to change money. To stop Tifnubu that they suspected had house piled with cash, old cash, from becoming the APC, Egbekegbe presidential candidate. So within themselves and all of that stuff, it was okay until El Rufai, the Kaduna Little Finger, joined them. Yeye Bello of Kogi and Patawali of Zamfara. Then the whole thing changed. They said Bokohari didn't know anything. All the pictures, all the celebration, all the, all the showcasing of the new notes by Bokohari and everything they said, including when he was asked on one of his return trip from London that was there going to be any change of mind on the change of money plan, blah, blah, blah. Or he said, no, there will be nothing is going to change it or stop it. But guess what? By the time this whole thing got cooked up enough, Emefiole from Delta State was close enough to be blamed. Emefiole was the one that tanked Nigeria economy and all of that stuff. Where is Bokohari that signed and approved all of that? No, he didn't know. He didn't know. So that's exactly another plan that I heard Tifnubu. They have a name for that of Yoruba that is going to take over from Mahmoud Yakubu. All right. They already have a name. There's a name already been brandished. And of course, it's probably going to be announced anytime soon. And yeah, the reason why some of us believe that it's like they are just laying all of you, especially those of you who want to go and participate in any of their organized charade. So let me explain it. Okay. Everybody knows that INEC is compromised. The judiciary compromised. And somehow you can all tell, maybe not all of you, but some of us can tell why that is. Like, why that is, Why is that, so to say, right? And this is it. You have a fake constitution that you didn't write. You did not vote on. You don't even know the content. 90% of you don't even know the content of that fraudulent book. And inside it is buried everything that is wrong with that contraption. It's like people making decisions on your behalf, or you don't read the terms and conditions of this new radio you are buying. As long as you turn it on and you can change the channel, well, that's fine, right? Until later you discover that, oh, they said that if I turn the volume to this certain level, that the transistor or whatever it is will blow up. Nobody told me that. That's exactly the time bomb called 1999 constitution you have. You may not understand the technicality of that statement, all right? To you, how can a book? Is it not just a book? Because inside it, buried, everything that allowed these rogues to continue to manipulate institutions that were supposed to work for you. And listen, the more they keep it, no matter how many times they patch it, right? There is always going to be that lacuna, that help that they are always going to cover in there. And whenever you want to go at them and say, have a go at them and say, but this is wrong, they'll tell you that no, not really. And remember, compromised institutions that were supposed to set the record straight are in bed with them. It's like we are done for. So when you now want to change anything like that, you do not let people like that set the rules for the game without your input. Now, setting rules, this is where you can say, oh, we won't have any form of elections anymore until so and so are put in place. For example, there must be the conduct of a fresh, new, what do you call that, a national conference that would then propose a general constitution that everybody can say, for those who still want to be part of this, all right? And then and all of this can be done within 6 months, like 6 months. So if you, on that base, right, you can direct how you want power to be vested in those who are holding up public office. And how can the power be taken away from them, not just by elections? Now, if you set that base, if you set that foundation for this, right, that may be the beginning, because you know what? There's a chance. You have to test something to know if it's working or if it's not going to work, right? So maybe that will be the beginning that we can then say, okay, now let us go and participate in a election, okay, in an election, right, where you are guaranteed that your interest, right, will be so protected by the caliber of people that are going to participate in it. But in your case, the system is so rotten that some impoverished, selfish, self-centered, old eyes from different, communities all over the country are those who are going to determine who are those who will be your public office holders, your representatives. People that with 500,000 naira, they don't give a damn about the criminal that is presenting himself as your governor or even your president. So these are the characters. So the system allowed that. And as long as that system remains, you cannot win in a game that is rigged before it commences. So participating in it is just validating it. You can't participate in it when you know it is rigged or you will be cheated. Then go ahead and participate in it, only for you to get rigged, be cheated. Then you cry out and say, I have been rigged and I've been cheated. Do you get it? That's exactly what it is for some of these guys, where they call themselves, they call themselves opposition, because as it stands, there is no real any opposition to Tifnubu. No. Atiku and his own co-travelers met with Bokohari this afternoon. All right. That's the likes of Kaduna Littlefinger, Atiku, and few others, right? I think Eredino too. So they went on to Kaduna because that is where this Bokohari now lives, right? So they went to this to Kaduna to see this Bokohari. And according to Atiku, well, they are talking, opposition's talking like, what do you want to do? Like, what exactly do you want to do as opposition, other than just to claim to have come together, share power before you get it, right? Make promises here and there, and then hopefully, right, this guy will make mistake. Or maybe it's going to be another Jonathan for them. I'm just saying, nothing concrete. Because, you see, on the second thought, right, when you look critically at some of these guys who complain so much about the level of the degeneracy and all of that in this contraption, and how much they can do better and all of that, right? But you're like, if you want to do better, that means you are going to need a different kind of sort of like a system. This current system has to die, right? Then you have to put another one in place. You can't reform this one. So your talk or your conversation should always be around a new constitution, a new electoral act, a new this and that, something that can make it sound like you are interested in starting afresh for those who still want to be part of this contraption, and why. I mean, that is a conversation we have to have, right? Or that is not happening. Okay? So we have Koolu, who has, the Koolu is in France, by the way, right? But his team, they have established what they call the grassroots. I'm trying to figure out the name they gave to it offhand, okay? But it is like this, right? They found this group that comprises of men, women, religious leaders, traditional rulers, and all of them, right, put together to help take governance to the grassroots. You understand there, but I think I also understand. Like you have a government, you have a system, Abi. So why do you need a group, a political campaign group, to help you take democracy to the grassroots? Watch this.
To stand before you as the guest of honor for the inauguration of the National Stakeholders Engagement Framework Committee, a vital implementation arm of the government initiative in communicating federal government's projects and programs at the community or the grassroots level. This moment is a testament to the tireless efforts of individuals and organizations dedicated to shaping our nation's future. The framework we are launching today embodies the spirit of partnership and collective action, recognizing that progress is a shared responsibility. Our nation is at a pivotal juncture where every decision must prioritize the well-being of our citizens and the planet as a whole. This framework is a roadmap for engaging stakeholders across all sectors. Fostering dialogue and driving meaningful action. It represents a new chapter in our nation's history that is built on the principles of inclusivity, equity, and sustainability. Our nation, the key objectives of this committee will be based on inclusive decision-making in ensuring that diverse voices are heard and valued in national development processes. Collaborative governance by way of fostering partnerships between government, civil society, the private sector, sustainable development partners, by prioritizing the well-being of both the people and the community at large, and also empowering citizens by way of creating opportunities for active participation and engagement. As we embark on this journey, we are not just building a framework, we are building a movement that celebrates diversity, promotes social justice, and drives innovation. I urge all stakeholders to therefore embrace this initiative so that we can work together and strive to excellence in all endeavors. Let us harness the power of collective action to create a brighter future for our nation. And together, we can achieve greatness and build a society that is just, equitable, and prosperous for us all. In conclusion, I hereby inaugurate the committee. Thank you.
So I warmly welcome all of you to this important occasion. It's a moment that marks the beginning of a bold, purposeful journey towards an inclusive governance and a national transformation under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's a privilege and a profound honor to stand before you today as we inaugurate the National Stakeholders Engagement Framework Committee. It's a critical vehicle for delivering the voice, presence, and the impact of federal government to the very heart of our communities. Today is not just a ceremony, it's a call to serve. It's a call to innovate, and it's a call to rise to the occasion and be part of something greater than ourselves. This framework is more than just a document. It's a blueprint for action and a guide for engagement. As a promise to our people, it reflects our collective commitment to ensure that no voice is left unheard and no community is left behind, and every citizen feels seen, valued, and empowered. We are inviting you, our partners, our fellow nation builders, to walk this path with us. The path of collaborative governance, where government, civil society organizations, the private sector work as one. The path of inclusive decision making, where every voice counts. The path of sustainable development, where we prioritize the well-being of our people and the environment. And most importantly, the path of citizens' empowerment, when every Nigerian is given the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to our shared future. As a member of this pioneering committee, you carry a responsibility, not just to represent your ministries or your agencies, but to inspire, not just to inform, but also engage. You are the bridge between the policy and the people, and also between the government and also the grassroots. Let us take this responsibility with courage, with commitment, and with clarity of purpose. Let us build a movement that fosters trust, drive impact, and
On and on and on and on. So you're like, what are they going to do to bring governance to the grassroots when there is already grassroots governance or government, and it is called local government? They are the ones to bring governance to the grassroots. Do you get that now? Their job is not to bring governance to the grassroots. Their job is to be mobilized so that they can then mobilize those that will also mobilize and tell everybody that if Tinubu is a life savior or lifesaver, and no matter what anyone says to them, right? In 2027, with this Ankara, 5,000 naira, 5 kg bag of rice, maybe 5 kg bag of semo, empowerment here and there, like grinding machine, you know. Tinubu won't have to kind of like lift a limb. So no matter what people are saying they are going through, it is this same set of people that will tell you how much Tifnubu has kind of like helped them or made, or if not for Tifnubu, right? Maybe Nigeria would have been worse than this. And then you will be asking yourself like, this is not jazz, Nabibao. Eh? If I say that they use jazz for these are people, the same people that are suffering, though, they cost Tifnubu. But my election remains just 2 months. All of them don't change you. What the heck? That is the job of this committee. Oh, listen to this part.
Present in implementing some of the decision and the project. With the caliber of the people that are in this committee, I'm confident enough that we are going to deliver. Having said that, and my takeaway from the recent presentation about the inclusivity. Inclusivity is very, very key. Whenever you are doing community engagement is all about building relationship and building, collaborating among the stakeholders in the community, among the members in the community to achieve, to listen to them so that you can deliver their mandate. And community engagement, it has to be a kind of demand-driven approach to development, whereby a community can be on a driver's seat. Community should take the lead for sustainability. Why? Because I'm talking based on experience. I have experience in working in development project. I work in a project that called Community-Based Poverty Reduction Project in Yobe State in 2001 as a project officer. It's the project that federal government rated the project highly satisfactory because of the approach, its bottom-top approach to development, whereby it will engage all community through participatory rural appraisal. And it is the project that gives birth to community and social development project, and also scale up to NG Cares, which is now Dr. Abaje is chairing as a coordinator. The project is rated highly satisfactory. So the point I'm trying to make here, you can see what makes that project success is all about engaging and involving and giving a community priority to be on a driver's seat, to identify, engage them in decision making right from the planning, designing up to implementation and the monitoring. But if you didn't engage them, there is no way that the project will be sustainable. So that's the extent I want to commend my sister for involving me in this committee. Why? Because this framework, if you didn't engage person with disability, it will be inconclusive. We are going to declare it inconclusive. Having said that, there is relationship, community engagement in relation. I want to talk of community engagement in relation to the person with disability, which refer to the process of involving and empowering individuals with disability, their families, and their community in decision process. Program development
of our grading leaders. Oh, Tonda, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike so that you eliminate all of them, so that we have peace in our nation. We'll try them in one aeroplane so that it will crash land in the course of their journey. Furthermore, our security agent, i.e., the police.
So, a man with a disability was drafted into the committee, and it is like, from what I gathered, right, it is a group of well-represented where every constituency is represented. Their job is very straightforward. So even the physically challenged who suffers more in a system where there is no welfare system, no kind of like a good medical system that cares for some of their needs. That same system that is so hostile to them, you will still see them championing the cause of the rogues is very responsible. All it takes is just bring people with disability into the committee. That's a job for him. And that job is for him to be a role model to people like himself or herself, so that when you are in that state, that disability. See, physical disability is even understandable. We have a lot of Nigerians who have mental disability and they don't even know. You just need them to open their mouth and say something and you'll be like, ah. What happened? I say, sorry, you know. Have you ever been in that situation? Where everyone is trying to kind of like figure out a solution to something. And then just one person will just say something and everybody will just be like, ah, sorry, who be that madman? We just talk now. You know, that kind of thing. Like, who be that mad person? And suddenly this person will just keep quiet because they know they are a mad person, right? And we relay you. Right? So that's the kind of situation you have in that contraption where people with a mental disability, a lot of us didn't even grow well. We probably would disagree, but you will understand with me, right? There are some kind of like, balanced diet, proteins and all that stuff that were supposed to help you develop your brain properly. So when you listen to some Nigerians, when they say something to you, and just going to be like, God, I hope this is not the same kind of brain you take crossroad. How you live this long? How old are you? So I'm 26. 26! Wow! And at this same brain you take crossroad all this while. Hey! Why you get luck? And nobody with this kind of brain of yours should be able to live long on their own without help. So when you see the physically challenged, who themselves are actually treated by a rotten system that doesn't give a damn about them, yeah? Then you still see one or two of them ready to cosplay, to cosplay for criminal politicians because of inclusivity. They have been included. If you want it to look perfect, put somebody who will be physically disabled person, and the rest of them can be mentally disabled people. And they will push the agenda for you. You get what I mean? Like, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah? You agree with me that there are some people that will say certain things. Nobody knows everything, okay? But you will hear some people that will just say some certain things. They'll just be like, problem. Say, wow. Say, kilo happen. Say, God is gracious. So, say, kilo shell. What's happen? When I hear that, you see that woman, when the woman opened her mouth and started talking, that is when I appreciate that God exists. Because nobody with such brain, such mentality, they're not supposed, if you get that kind of brain, the crossroad, because correct, right? How are you going to be crossing road and not get knocked down? Sure you get. So majority of us have been in that situation before. And yeah, very awkward, right? So, leaving the people who are going to do the grassroots work for Tinubu, the people that some of you are going to later think, Abana Jazz. Yeah, you are going to come back here and say, now, it's not ordinary, now voodoo. They tell you, say, Nigeria. Damn it, man. Nigerians, I know person where they do jazz for Tinubu. Yeah. Look at this, my ego. That baba, they kill a whole human being like this. You go see them, they go bring virgin, they go bring it, they say, calm down. Alaye Megbengulo, sir, calm down. Nigerians now. By the time you begin to probe it, you will realize that it is actually the greed of the people, which they don't want to admit to. Now that will go be the voodoo. Daddy, baggy, you PDP ni. Are you the one sharing the APC rice? Esther, you are not about to say, no, see, calm down, you don't need to shout. You don't need to shout, okay? It's our money. It's our money. We are getting our money back from them. Esther, what do you mean you are getting? You are giving rice to people for APC so that they go. I can see you now. See, you are writing their names down, their voters card number. So you are helping APC. No. It's not like that. Do you get what I mean? Like, it is the greed of the people that makes it very easy for the rogues and the criminals that some of you believe are using jazz. Oh, Baba, jazz day. Jazz day. That thing work on me, sir. As I get to that police station like this, I was like, today, I read the Fatia, I read the Tabatia, Abi Wataba. Baba, that day I was spiritual. When they give me that voter's card like this, when they give me that voter, I was like, Subhanallah, when I wanted to vote for this another party like this, something just moved my finger. Just move. I was like, no, leave my finger. Just move my finger. I said, leave my finger. I just voted for Tifnumbu. Array. Now, spirit, move your finger. I'll be 5,000 naira. Now, spirit, move your finger when you wanted to vote like this after reading the Tabati Ada Abila Abi. Psalm 25, the Lord is your shepherd and the rest of that. But that moment, you're going to vet on print by move any. But you don't go understand. I understand, Abuki. I understand. There's no voodoo anywhere. So those who are going to move in those stipends, those destruction and all of them, those are the committees you are seeing. So, and of course, Tifnubu has awarded enough elephant projects that he himself he has put the end date or completion date to 2032, 2031, 2035. And the base is going to be paid from now for another maybe 40 years or 50 years. When Tifnubu himself is probably back to Guinea. He's a Guinean. Now that is not a joke. That's true. Tifnubu is not just a Nigerian. Just like Bokohari, the son of Baboni Pepeyeri, because that's Bokohari's father, who used to come from Niger Republic. He would trek down straight to today's Katsina. And that was where he met Bokohari's mom. And that's how Bokohari came to be. And he spoke a lot about his father, who is a pigeon farmer. I mean, Pepeye is not pigeon. No, pigeon is a yellow. Pepeye is what is Pepeye again? Anyway, even a dog can be now. Anyway, similarly, Tifnumbu is said to be a Guinean. He is a Guinean, and that, like I said, it's not a makeup, right? Even though somebody said the citizenship has expired because the passport is expired, I was like, oh my God. I wish when my Nigeria passport expires, my citizenship has expired, and I'll just go somewhere and say, I don't have a country anymore. I say, really? Why? I say, because my passport expired. I don't have a country anymore. That could be something, but that's what the lawyers in Nigeria, the senior advocate of nuisance, they call them SAND, in Nigeria. That's what they said when they were defending this Tifnumbu, a Guinean, But let's put that aside. Okay? It's like everybody is stuck with him, at least for now. I said this many months ago. Like I said that the moment Tifnumbu manages to capture your system, now only Asarailu can capture it for him. You get what I mean? So now till then, the opposition said they are talking, they're coming together. So today, Atiku and El Rufai, they were seen in Kaduna to go and pay homage to Bokohari. Somebody said, which Bokohari? The fake one will be the dead one as well. You'll be the judge. Look at it.
so.
During the Ramadan, and Vice President Atiku Abubakar thought we should come and greet him for Salah. I wasn't in the country during Salah, so I joined him, and we've done that. That's it.
Don't I have a right to be friends to anybody again, whether political or non-political? They are all my friends.
Considering a situation that is making the rounds, that you are almost on your way to the other political party.
No,
Can you tell Nigerians precisely that that is not true?
No, all what I can say is that, there is an attempt by, the major political parties to come together and form a strong opposition.
Can we say this is part of the visit?
No.
And they also, Ndume, the recent firestormer, the guy who just called the Tifnubu out on his lopsided appointment. By the way, they came out to correct that. It's so funny, right? It's funny. In response to Ndume's accusation of nepotism against Tifnubu for appointing just Yorubas to key positions, one of Tifnubu's court jesters, Dare Okponulojo Sunday, that's his name, he replaced Femi Okponu Adesina. And they are Okponu simply because you can tell that they are just like the usual political dogs, right? Political jobbers that can't really survive outside politics. It is either they are openly working for political appointments or they are working behind the scene to maintain the political machinery for their political godfathers. So I call this one Sunday, what do you call it? Dare Lojo Sunday. They say, they make sense every Sunday. So, I started paying attention. So that's what happened. Dare Lojo Sunday, in his effort to debunk what Ndume said, right? He now released lists, names of Tifnubu's appointees, okay, and where they came from. Those who are from the southwest, those who are from the southeast, those who are from the south, and all of that places. They are not west, northeast, and north central, right? Yeah, you are right. The Igbos got the lowest appointment under Tifnubu, no doubt. Okay, they've got 15, so the Yorubas got 29, and I think the northwest, northeast, north central, they all combined. I think they've got 90 something. Well, that's the list, right? Put out by Dare Okponulojo Sunday, okay, a former minister, by the way, who is now the special advisor to Tifnubu on, just like Onofunuga, right? This Dare Okponulojo Sunday, very old guy though, right? He's not young, but he's younger than Onofunuga, okay? So their jobs is to, advise Tifnubu on what's going on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and all that stuff, and get the influencers, as many as possible on their side, to sell the Tifnubu's poison to everybody smiling. So he made mistake on Sunday. He either printed one's name in a state they don't belong because they wanted to present or make a particular outlook, no, it's not like that. Check this out. We have other stuff. So that didn't work. And the same Ndume, talking about people paying homage, like visiting the statue, homage to Bokohari, is in the studio right now. Anyway. So yeah, he has something to say about himself probably going to Bokohari, something like that.
Stubborn person. Right from time. From
when
a
you
long
mean stubborn, you are going another listen.
Or maybe I should say notorious because you are a fighter.
No, that is worse than stubborn.
Okay, let's begin the conversation. Before I go into the issue of security, suddenly Kaduna has become some kind of mecca now, where you see politicians now visiting former President Buhari. And interestingly,
the visit of Atiku Abubakar, Nasir Rufai, Aminu Tambuwa, how politically, what does this speak to you?
Well, honestly, I'll be there too. Because, see, whether you like it or not, Buhari is one of the former head of states. And the frequent visit to him is not a new thing. Because where he was before now, immediately after he handed over to Tinubu, President Tinubu, you remember he moved straight to Daura, and he has been there. So, and our people, or general Nigerians, like, Obasanjo receives quite a lot. Babangida, the same thing. The only person that you don't see his visit to him publicized is Jonathan. But all other former presidents, Nigerians give them that courtesy of going to visit them during especially sessions like this. So it's not a new thing. I'm planning to visit Buhari too because I'm close to him. It's Kaduna here, in fact.
For what purpose would you be visiting him?
Personal. Everybody is saying personal. It's courtesy.
But we know it's political.
For me and him?
Yeah, I mean, most of the politicians that visit
No. My relationship with Buhari has gone beyond politics.
Are you related?
No.
You have a personal relationship with him?
Yes. Long one. The same thing with President Tinubu.
Okay, we'll get to that point because there are those who believe that recently you have been saying things that is against the Tinubu's government.
No, that is those people that don't know our relationship.
Let me ask you, what political value or relevance does Buhari have presently in today's Nigeria?
The fact that he was a former president, twice president of this country, and an elder in the country, all former presidents. Abdul Salami, that's the other one I forgot. Mostly if you visit Mina, you visit Abdul Salami too. So people go there to pay respect. People go to Abeokuta to pay respect to Obasanjo.
But if there is an election today, do you think that Buhari could actually carry any kind a huge number of votes?
Even if it is not huge, Buhari, especially in the north, you can't just say Buhari is nobody.
Does he still have the court following that Buhari had from 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019?
No, that has diminished naturally. Because normally it's a different thing when you're in power or before you're, the expectation. And then after spending like the period he spent 8 years, of course, his popularity and everything will diminish. It's natural, but you can't just write him off. No, especially with the masses, especially with the northern masses. The followership of Buhari has been occultic. You can't explain. Try it. If Buhari is coming here now, you will see people rushing. If they tell people, especially those and the vegetable market there also, that Buhari is coming here, they will all rush. Yeah.
But in the north, the average person is called the Talakawas.
Yes.
And it's been said that Buhari resonates with the Talakawas.
Yeah.
Does he still have that? Is he still
not
as a person of the Talakawas?
As before, but it's still there.
One person.
So that's him trying to be kind of like generous. We shall see. As they say, they have a new sheriff in town, and he's a Koolu. You know that's the way they kill chicken. Koolu. This one that Koolu, the one where they kill humans. For those who have become the victims of Tinubu's regime, and those who are living in denial of it as well. Everybody has a tale or a story to tell. You just need to listen. And this is just the beginning. Sadly, right? It is just the beginning. Their NBC took it so personal. I don't know if you have heard of it, right? Idris Abdul Karim released this new single. He made a video of it as well. Tell your father. Sheyi, tell your father, kind of. And then the news I heard afterwards was that the NBC, Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation, is that or National Broadcasting? What do you call them? Anyway. that they've banned the music on their radio, on their, and I'm like, who still listen to radio? Like for real, like do people still listen? Okay, people do listen to the radio, right? I don't know. I just felt like you need to ban internet if you don't want people to. And this one, I don't know if you have heard it right. This new one doesn't really sound biting like the ones previously like released by Idris, but it seems to be more biting when it comes to the Ronukus and their handlers, including the systems which the the drug himself controls, right? So Idris Abdul Karim then came out later to say they called him. Okay, they called him and were offering him money. They will give him money. I'm like, give you money for what? Like, sing for us or sing our praises or something, or don't sing to abuse us anymore. 200 million naira. He actually mentioned the number, the figure. 200 million naira. So listen now.
Okay, my people, on a day, make I just quick on a very, very quick update. So I got a call from one criminal who was telling me that his name is Honorable something Japan. Make me hear the name, self. After I talk to Honorable, at the end of the video, I said, what's your name again? He said, Senator. I say, So the idiot now was telling me that, I was in a meeting yesterday with the Shia and this government. They are trying to call you and bribe you. Don't listen to them. We are going to be sponsoring you underground. I said, who told you that I need anything? I know immediately they hear invoice. I know say this one. Now send where they send them. I say, I'm not interested. He said, we will give you 200 million. We will give you 200 million. Don't even listen to them. We'll sponsor you underground. I said, the video where I shoot now sponsor me underground. But when I go sit down somewhere, I'm not interested. What did they worry you that? So I knew immediately that this idiot was sent. Only Buruku, make God punish you not here. I mean, I want record take do caricature, not the crease. I don't prepare on a take. Okay, my people,
that's Idris. See live. When you look at Idris Abdul Karim, when he was younger, right? I don't know, because part of the history of his, which I have heard him sort of shared, right, was that he experienced this hard life growing up, the ghetto days, the hard life, street life, and all of that, and he was able to find peace in music when they formed their groups back then. I think they were called Plantation Boys. Were they? No, not Plantation Boys. Was it? Can't remember anyway. Yeah. So anyway, Idris, who later became famous through his musical career and all of that, has been singing at least. Many of us remember Nigeria Jaga Jaga, everything scatter scatter. When you go back to check, how old was Idris then? And then you're like, oh, that's like 20 years ago. Oh. Sorry, Remedy, Idris Remedy. I was like saying Plantation Boys. I think Two-Face, Blackface, Face, those are the Plantation Boys, were they? Anyway, Remedy, Toli Tetula, Idris Remedy, and what's the other one called again? Something Remedy as well, right? And the point I'm trying to make out of this is that Idris is an old man now. Idris is in his 50s. Idris Abdul Karim. And I don't know, like when, let's say 20 years ago, or even more, I think it would be like maybe 30 years ago, right? Before he became famous. Then when he became famous and he's been like an activist, musician, all that stuff. Alaye done over 50 now. Nigeria don't was past Jaga Jaga. And here we are. is still speaking through his music to almost every generation now to have Idris Abdul Karim's every song when it comes to this social injustice and speaking up against all that is wrong, right? So that tells you that about this contraption don't get open. Before you know it, see, people like, you know, when you see some of these elderly ladies watching this broadcast, what do you think if things continue like this? If we had 25 years to your age, how old are you going to be? Let's even just kind of like wake everybody up to just say something like, if I had, just type it in there. If they add 25 years to your age, how old are you going to be? I will be about 66 years old in 25 years' time. Yeah. And can you imagine what I'm going to look like? Some of you are in your 50s, in your 60s. We have people here who are in their 70s, 80s. So which means half of you who are in your 60s in 25 years' time, you will be dead. Half of you. And nothing is going to change in that contraption. Nothing. So to those who are going to be watching this video, in 20 years' time, in 30 years' time, I may be dead myself. They must never allow themselves to be deceived. Right? That Nigeria go better. It won't. If it is still existing in 20 years' time, whether we are here or we are not, let this future generation of these curious people that will be trapped in that contraption then come across this video and, if possible, poke their fingers in the eyes of those who are alive now, who will be older then, and they will be telling you that Nigeria will be better. I am saying it to you now. Those of you who are going to see this video in the future, Nigeria no feel better. You better break it up. If it is your generation that will do it, if we haven't, just remember this video. They will lie to you. They will blame you for why Nigeria is not working. They will call you lazy. I am saying this to you right now that is exactly how they also bullied our parents. They are currently bullying also. We are still fighting it all because who knows, maybe in 25 years' time, these videos like this will just be archived so that a lot of you can understand how worse it was. I mean, how worse it is right now, so that by then you will see how worse it was. And maybe then you will appreciate some of us standing up now if we succeed. But if we don't succeed, just make sure that you are not deceived in believing or blaming yourself for what is wrong with this contraption. Right? It is not just your fault. It may be your fault to do nothing. But do not let anybody gaslight you, blackmail you to make you think. It is your fault. That's why the Nigeria is not working. They deliberately won't let it work and they won't let it break. It will eventually. That is if we have not done it before you. You will break up Nigeria. This is me speaking to the future now. So that in 20 years, in 30 years' time, those children that are being brought to this world, in the world being created by these criminals in charge of that contraption, they will likely not be able to fall for the lies. So Idris' music that triggered them.
Tell your papa country hard. Tell your papa, she. Tell your papa people they die. Tell your papa, she. This one don't pass jaga jaga, 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 yama, yama, wuru, ojoro, mago, mago. Where the mago mago dance? Where the wuru wuru dance? swear your papa no try. Too much empty promises. Bala blue grammar, Bula blue wahala. On behalf of Nigerians, take our message to him. Kidnappers, they kill Nigerians. Sheyi try travel by road without your security. Make you feel the pains of fellow Nigerians. You they fly private jet. Insecurity no be your problem. Nigerians when they travel by road, some of them they face death sentence. Any Odio, Odile, Shagamu, Ore, Bini, experience. Make you tell Mr. President, hunger day, you still want make them cooperate. If people they protest, you soldiers suppress them. Removal of subsidy, a bold step they call it. How much your papa don't save since he removed subsidy? Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, 4.9 billion per kilometer, 700 kilometers, run into multiple trillion. When normal road inside town, no get any attention. Even Dave Mai, don't do us mago. Judiciary is compromised. State of emergency inside River State. Graduate, grab am. Definition of this government. Apagio, Natasha. I go soon shoot in a movie. Wait for it, it's coming. Tell your papa, she. Tell your papa, country hard. Tell your papa, she. Tell your papa, people they die. Tell your papa, she. This one don't pass jaga jaga, 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 yama, yama, wuru, ojoro, mago, mago. Where the mago mago dance? Where the wuru wuru dance? Where the mago mago dance? Cheyi, Alpha, Omo, Emiloko. You say your papa not the best president. Okay, after 2 years, tell me what your papa don't do. Hunger, 1 kill us to buy food, na luxury. Momo, Eja, Iresi, Ewa, Issue. Gari, Indomie, spaghetti. People they jump inside lagoon because of economic hardship. Very wicked policy, anti-people's policy. Country hard, people they die. Hunger day, your papa no try. We are not against your father. If your papa do well, we go praise him. If you no do well, we go yarn him. To buy food, na luxury. Electricity, na luxury. Your papa don't increase tariff. Even the light we no see. To on AC, na luxury. Each 1 kill us for the country. To buy data, na luxury. 3 hours, you don't finish. Telecommunication companies coordinate with the government. Banking industry coordinate with the government to frustrate Nigerians. This na total wickedness. Your papa no be the best president. To buy cloth wear na luxury. 1 jeans, 40k. T-shirt, 25k. Ozu go, Ozu come. Body no be firewood. Parent work every day. They still no fee pay school fees. Inflation for the nation. Nigerians no fee function. Shout out to very dark black man. Continue to do what you do best. I hear you.
The Mago dance. That's the Mago dance. Once you see them do this, that's Mago dance. The deceitful dance. Idris Abdul Karim. Yeah, the money is flowing everywhere right now, except that the real people they claim to be serving are slaving.
5 naira has become useless, 10 naira is useless, 50 naira is useless, 20 naira, they don't even forget say they exist. 100 naira is our smallest currency now. 100 naira is our smallest currency. 1,000 naira, which is our biggest currency, cannot feed you once, as in not like 3 square meals a day. It cannot feed you one time. It cannot get you one good meal. House rent for self-contained is from about 600k to 1 million, 1.2 million. 1 egg, not even the crate, 1 is 300. 1 egg is 300. Bag of pure water is now 500 now. Bag of pure water would they buy before 120, 100 naira. We even bought it at some point 70 naira. The mumu that was typing on Twitter that you don't know where they used to sell pure water 5 naira, because you don't know when they used to sell it does not mean that they know used to sell it 5 naira. They used to sell pure water 5 naira. I've been seeing a lot of people say, oh, they buy bag of rice for 90,000. You people should give me a plug. Where buy bag of rice for 90,000. Past bag of rice, see our rats that we bought is 115,000. Want to buy now recently, it is 122,000. I don't know where people are seeing your own 90,000. People should tell me where people are buying rice 90,000. Let me go and buy. Tuber of yam is about 7, 8, 9 to 10,000 naira. One tuber of yam, and God forbid you now fall sick. Have you seen the price of medication? Have you seen the price of drugs? Paracetamol that they used to sell before 20 naira, 15 naira. Oh, you don't know when they used to sell paracetamol to 20 naira before. Now paracetamol is 300, 350. Paracetamol. The amount of people that are getting homeless every day. If you go to the bus stop in the evening time, you will think you and people are walking. You will see a lot of people that are homeless on the road. The road is getting filled up with homeless people because what? The prices of house rent is alarming. From Imude roundabout to my 2, it was 400 naira. 400 naira. This thing was not. It was not 2 years ago. This was early last year. The amount of price for transport from Imude roundabout to my 2 now, if you not hold 1-3, it will not even enter. You will not enter. 1,300, 1,500. That is what you'll be entering for bus transport. I'm not traveling outside Lagos. So inside Lagos, we may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger. Dear President, we cannot manage any hunger. We are dying. I used to buy shea butter, a kg of shea butter. This was last year. A kg of shea butter for 3,000 naira. 1 kg of shea butter now is about 13,000. 13,000. A pint of pepper now. A pint of pepper is about 9,000. Pepper 9,000. A pack of pad is down 2,600 naira. Pad that ladies do not have an option if that they should wear it or not. You must get pad. A pack like this is now 2,600 naira. I used to buy this thing about 700 naira. This was not even 2 years or 3 years ago. This was early last year. You get it 700 naira, 800 naira. This is now 2,600 naira. I saw a post of a girl that was talking about the thing that is written in the youth copper form, something like that. They were writing about if you're going to location like Abuja, Port Harcourt, the rest of them, you should have someone to keep your ransom. To keep your ransom. This is what our country have gotten to. When I saw that thing, I thought it was meme. I thought it was edited. So I went through the comment section. I said, no, it's a lie. Let me call someone that is, that is a youth copper and ask if this thing is true. This is not meme. This is not play. They actually wrote that thing. Have we eaten that we want to be keeping ransom in our country? That's to tell you how bad the country is. You see that app, Twitter, I've always known that that app is up to no good. When I went to that app just one time and I see how toxic and stupid people are on that app, I left that app. I deleted that app immediately. How can you say, why will someone be living alone? No, you were expecting the youth copper to stay under the bridge. After they posted her to Lagos, it is under bridge she'll go and stay. She will not look for place. Because you people are not using your head. People are not. She's not even staying in Lagos. They posted her to Lagos. You're asking why is she living alone? Is it inside bush she's supposed to live? Are you people normal? Are you people okay? Why will a youth copper be entering Uber? As Uber has turned to, it has turned to luxury now. It has turned to Rolls Royce. See, it has turned to limousine. I don't know with the sort of poverty that's eating into your head that you think Uber is some sort of luxury. I don't know what's wrong with you people in Nigeria. Egg, aqua neleli, kina don't matter. Why will someone buy egg? The way poverty has dealt with people in Nigeria, the way poverty mentality are dealing with a lot of people in Nigeria. You soon see where someone will twist, oh, why will someone buy pure water? Why will you buy pure water instead of carrying gallon to fetch water? You will see some goats typing that kind of thing. Some mumu that poverty-stricken brains.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the knockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger. Because some people will be at indoor. There's no way to make.
The farmer will make more money. Your lunch will not be imported. Cassava gari, the farmers will make money. The dinner will be cassava by everything. turn the so-called Yahoo boys to experts in manufacturing and creation of chips that intercept and all.
Intercept about that. Koolu. When you hear Koolu, and then when you listen to the rant of that young lady, I think it makes better sense, right? Like you can easily put some context into hardship. Oh, things are hard. People are going through a lot and all of that stuff. And somebody can just tell you that, well, people go through a lot everywhere. But when you listen to her, you are able to put context to that people are going through. When she mentioned the price of food, the price of personal need of women, like sanitary pad or medication, when they give you the price of, paracetamol is, there are some of you who are just going to be like, oh my God, paracetamol, 350 naira. Wow. We used to buy that for 20 naira. 20 naira, okay. Which year? Well, I mean, this was before 2015. You could buy a paracetamol pack for 50 naira, 30 naira. You know that era? I say, or you could buy an egg. You buy a crate of egg for 600 naira. Others would say, we used to buy it for 300 naira. What are you talking about? And none like that. People will keep telling you. And then when you hear the prices now, I'm just like, oh my God, that is what inflation does to that place. Like it's, gosh. 1,000 naira, the highest denomination of money in Nigeria, cannot feed you. That's something. 20 pounds in this country is like the publicly available highest denomination, but they do have 50 pounds notes. And I heard that we do have 100 pounds notes. I have never seen it, but I have seen 50 pounds notes. You see, when you hold 50 pounds bank notes, I don't know, like you're going to feel like, I can't misplace this. And if you are from Nigeria, of course, you have to exchange it and be like, 50 pounds. But that's over 100,000 naira. But that's not the same feeling when you are holding the Nigeria 1,000 naira. It can't feed you. That is from the people living there, not those who want to try to create, this news of, you know what? Don't let us tell everybody how bad it is. Yeah, we know it's bad. We know, let's tell everybody that the government is trying and no government can do everything. Let's keep giving excuses, okay? Because it's not good to look bad to the rest of the world. I mean those politically correct mofos, right? It is very bad. Very, very bad. And for children in all of this, oh dear. And that will make Idris's song kind of meaningful. And that was a banger. It's because I've not listened to the whole video anyway. So now I have. And I see that that is some tune, right? Yeah, we spoke about the oppositions earlier. Okay. And we are talking about them probably preparing for next election, the people they want to lead that they want to lead into participating in the charade, right? I mean, would they be able to actually defend? That's what they're saying. They said, would they be able to defend your own sacrifices, your votes, when Tifnubu wield his power? Abracadabra. Because he will. This is not a matter of if. No, he will do it. So these characters, all right, have become more divided, unfortunately. So the last time that we saw Obi and his own group, Labour Party now. Yeah, Labour Party, okay? And just like I predicted the last time, Okay, when Lamidi Otapampas came out and said he is now taking over the Labour Party. So it's just to tell you that there's going to be a new chapter of endless wahala. Even though that same day, Obi told everyone and said, oh, there is no more division in our party. INEC now recognizes, the group they put together, Usman, and then the Usman as the chairman of the Labour Party. So you see, that would have been a kind of pass to say, oh, this may be one political party that is maybe ready and they could build on it or build on their last outing and upset the system. But while you are thinking of that, Apampas resurfaced. That same day, there will be and others told the press this, including Victor Ome.
Which has now been concluded by the highest court of the land. There's no fashion now after Supreme Court now. Don't bring in fashion. There's no fashion. Labour Party is now one. There's no fashion. Labour Party. Supreme Court has said it, and I want the press to help in building this democracy by accepting the verdict of Supreme Court. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. When the Supreme Court has said that, I given to this Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal, rightful chairman. And I being obedient to the court, started recognizing him as well. Even after INEC had just determined stakeholders, all of us came here. I was thinking of the party can only function recognized by each member. Claiming that you're chairman of the Labour Party and the party is not united. You don't no longer chairman. That's what Supreme Court has assigned. That they take the party that determines not the court. So he's hanging on to the court, and the court removed itself from him. So that's to be because if the court meeting, you will see this kind of occasion. So I will advise him as the former senior party administrator, because I advised them when this thing was breaking out to do the right thing, the refuse to do the right thing. I advised them to do world congresses, local government congresses, state congresses, the national convention. Any of these, up to today, they purportedly organize a convention.
Peter Obi. And just as I reminded all of you that Apampas and his co-travelers, as they have now resurfaced, you and I will begin to even ask, where are they getting the money from? It was at this Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja. That was where he granted that interview, that press conference that was kind of like published 2 days ago, where he declared himself as the person who is taking over the Labour Party, right? Yeah, he was spotted in the lobby.
When now? When?
I left my...
So it was there, top hotel. You must have extra cash. I'm talking about real cash now. Because that same day, it was featured on TVC. Yeah, that's Tinubu's TV, right? And he also took his campaign to remind everybody, the media run now. I told you that it will be on the media run. You're going to be seeing him everywhere. And then you're going to hear a court judgment that is going to come somewhere. And yeah, the drama will continue like that. And here is what I am kind of like projecting. And you will remember that I said this, okay? So, just like they did during their presidential tribunal case, petition, right? And Apapa was so desperate enough to withdraw the case from court against Tinubu by saying they are not going to court. You remember that time, right? But he met a bit more organized, stifful team with Obi at the time, put it that way. But they still did a lot of public damages to whatever could have been a united fight as an opposition party. But they still went on to do there is this mad person. Hang on, let me even ask, okay? I've got this tool. I was supposed to clear out any external sound. Did you hear all that that revving of engine by one lunatic on my street? Anyway, I sort of said it will begin this media trip or media run and all that. So after TVC, it was, of course, on Arise News. So watch this.
At the beginning of the crisis, long time ago, when Aburi was first asked to step aside by a federal court in Abuja, later he went to the appeal court. The appeal court lifted the ban. We've been going from one court to the other since that time, up to Supreme Court level. I have a case at the Supreme Court, even right now.
Oh.
Still on the leadership issue.
Another case?
Another case, still
Right.
on leadership crisis. And when this judgment was given, the recent one, because I don't want to go into long stories.
Yeah, before you even go into the story, I mean, what are you praying, before? What's your prayer before the Supreme Court? What's your case before the Supreme Court?
The Supreme Court, the Edo ward suspension of Aburi.
Okay.
Aburi was suspended by his ward at the ward level.
Right.
And that led to the issue of restraining him from calling himself the chairman of the party. And something led to that. There was an allegation of wrongdoing and corruption, whatever.
Yeah.
And when I took over, the first thing I told those who call themselves stakeholders today was that nobody can claim to be the judge in his own case. Allow Aburi to step aside. Let us investigate Aburi. That time, the NSC, the OB, who is our principal, and the so-called stakeholders were backing him. At that time, I was being blackmailed, that I've been sponsored, and so on and so forth. I keep on telling them, don't leave the real issue. Let us face the real issue. I'm happy today. The same story, the same song that I've been singing is what they are now singing today.
So you feel vindicated?
Yes. And I want the whole world to see it, what is happening today. I told them that this is what is going to happen at the end of the day. When you say you have a bad child, and an outsider claims that person to be a good child, at the end of the day, the whole world will see. We are all living witnesses today. Now,
so you're saying Abure is the bad child?
That time, because he was accused, yes.
What about now?
Even right now, I have never claimed that he's a good person. And I've never claimed he's a bad person. But my own problem is that I handle issues with merit.
Right.
If you are good today, I will say you are a good person. And if you are bad tomorrow, I will challenge you on that. That's my own lifestyle. And everybody know me for that. So what I'm saying is because you're asking for where I derive my authority on this at this level.
Absolutely.
Yes, that authority I want to cite the authority now.
Okay, very quickly.
Because when the Supreme Court judgment ruled against that Aburi should not be called the national chairman of Labour Party, I have a copy of the Supreme Court judgment here, and. Aburi insisted that he's still the national chairman of the party. Then Madam Nenadi is also claiming that based on the meeting they held, that she's now the national caretaker chairman of the Labour Party.
Yes, so the 29-member.
Yes. I now said, among the three of us, if you have 1,000 people, and the 1,000 people are wrong, but it's only one person has authority. That person has authority is superior to others.
And you are the one that has the authority?
Yes, I have the authority. I will cite the authority now. I will cite the authority. I will cite
that is your Labour Party
constitution.
Which aspect of it?
Yes.
I mean, you can actually, I'm sure you know it, by heart.
Yes, 14. Yes. Article 14.
Article 14. What exactly does it say?
It's talking about if the national chairman of the party, for whatever reasons at all, is unable to perform his role as a chairman, the deputy chairman of the party takes over. It's automatic. I don't have to derive authority from anybody because the constitution has allowed me to do that. That's the function of a deputy national chairman. Unfortunately, among all the deputy national chairman, I happen to be the oldest. Okay. Among them, on the list of the hierarchy, I'm the next person to Aburi.
So age is a factor too.
Oh, I'm not talking of age now.
Okay, because you said you're the oldest.
I'm talking of age and hierarchy at the hierarchy level.
Okay.
On the list of officers, I'm the next person to Aburi, which means I am the closest person to him in rank and everything. So if he has any problem at all that warrants him to step aside, I'm the only person who can take over. It is clearly stated here.
And now you have stepped him aside.
I've stepped him.
Okay.
So you understand now? So now court, Loma said to everybody last. And that simply means Abure may be out of the picture. That means Diota Pampas. It's a different kind of like craze, put it that way. For those of us who witnessed the drama during the presidential petition tribunal, and this guy seriously called a press conference, and he gave Peter Obi and Peter Obi's lawyers, presidential candidate, and the presidential election petition tribunal lawyers, he gave them 7 days to resume to his office and come and tell him the state of the case. And at the same time, he was telling the media that he, as the chairman, they don't want to do case with Tifnubu again. We're not doing any case with Tifnubu again. How are you supposed to use style? Everybody talks say that they sponsor you. The way you are acting, the way you are moving, but you they move mad though. Like it's so obvious saying sponsor that they sponsor you like this. So but you demand and truly right until the day. But I'm telling you, like it got to a day that on old man now. Now police save that old man. Like the beating was so much that the Ronukus adopted him. I don't know how many of you will remember that anyway. Here you get, it's unacceptable. It was satisfying. I mean, if you remember the tension of that time, then beats Apampas. It was so bad. Apampas ran from one room to another room. Old man. That was the tension. So just so you know that Apampas now one extra we renew. So drama I am a long ago. I've seen it before. All right. And now that he's already calling press conference at Transcorp Hilton Hotel, in Abuja. Apapa. Now Transcorp in the sleep. Whether they pay 1.5 million to 10 million naira per night. And there the guy they sleep. They said he's the leader of the tanker driver for the Petrol Tanker Driver Association of Nigeria or something. That's where he came from to become the national vice chairman of Labour Party. So that drama this invalidates Obi and Ume's position that everything is fine now. Everything will fine, everything will fine. When it comes to Apapa's, nobody is fine. Yeah? And back to Ndume. Ndume has hit out at the people he called the MAGA dog. MAGA dog. How did he come by that? Yeah? He called Daniel or Dani Bulaba. You know Daniel Bulaba, right? So he called Daniel Bulaba a MAGA dog. He now called Onofunuga, the 80-year-old special advisor to Drogi Koolu on social media matter, so to say. A MAGA dog. He said, domestic dog. Hang on. It was with Esheun Okinbaloye this evening on Politics Today. The last time he was on Arise News or Arise TV with Charles, right? And after that, they've been sending their, own fireballs at him, okay? They've been shooting at him. And it was also the one that forced them to make mistake by publishing the list of Tifnubu's appointees to further expose what many didn't even know. Like, people were beginning to kind of look into, okay, this one special advisor to Tifnubu on rat poison. Alaji Monguno Zunguno, special advisor to Tifnubu on rat poison from Katsina State. Wale Yedun, Minister of Finance to Tifnubu from Lagos State. Alaji Ajia Muslima, right? Special advisor to Tifnubu on livestock, cow shit, and pig shit, right? She is from Kaduna. And they are now saying, from Northwest, right? They have 40 people. From North Central, they have 70 people. From the Northeast, they have 60 people. From the Southwest, where Tifnubu come from, they only have 29. And the Igbos, how many? 15. So because they were trying to debunk what Aleun Dume said, right? That was why they had to. So they had to, again, after that, they had to apologize to people. We are sorry for making mistakes on that list. We'll fix it and bring it back later. People are now questioning the quality of appointment. Job for the boys is called. So it's boomeranged. Right? It backfired. So, on channels with Esheun Okinbaloye, Ndume has fired more. You see, when talking about Bulaba, Dani Bulaba, who is also from Aleun Ndume's state in Borno State, they are from the same place, right? So Dani Bulaba said, why would a TV station allow somebody to call Tifnubu's advisors, government, this and that? Why would anybody allow him to call them MAGA dog? That they will begin to scream like dogs soon, in which they did. They started screaming like dogs. And it was like, Nigerians, they throw people as well, right? They just went to say, well, Ndume said you're going to start barking like dogs. And you've started barking like dogs. Can't you guys just change tactics, right? Like, be predictable, be unpredictable for once. You're so predictable. Anyway, Ndume now says that putting together kleptomaniacs, kakistocrats in your government who are only there to tell you what you want to hear But a day is coming, he believes. A day is coming when all these sellers will not be able to really save you, but the damages would have been so huge. He's advising Tifnubu, who doesn't need anybody's advice, by the way, right? So like I said, he said more. But the sweetest part was when he said something about Onofunuga and Danebulaba. That was my own highlight. But this one was him talking about Tifnubu, his regime, and then their APC. Please watch this.
But it's still there.
Should Tinubu be worried, politically speaking, about if Buhari is not on his side?
Yeah, you should be worried. Every number counts. Buhari has 1 vote. In fact, let me put it that, as controversial as you call me, Tinubu should also be worried about my position because I have 1 vote for him. He doesn't have a vote for me.
But if you look at it, there are those on the inside who said Buhari did not really support Tinubu, that in fact, there are those who are of the opinion that Atiku and Buhari work together for the 2023 election.
No.
Those are the political talks on the sideline around that 2023 election.
But you know that I should know better than you on that. I know the Buhari. If Buhari say he doesn't like you, he even shows it on his face. He's not the type of person that he will play double game. Maybe you could say he did not actively
worked
for him, but definitely he supported the president. And he has said the time without number. Buhari is that type of person that if he's not supporting him, he will say he's not supporting him. What will he lose by doing that? So it's just this side talk there. But I have not discussed with him, but I know that he supported. How could he allow?
You heard what Atiku said, that it's about the coalition. He said they are working on the coalition and they are coming together.
But somebody there asked him whether their visit is related to that. He said no.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Or are you trying to twist it?
No, hold on. He said it. I'm saying that he has said that they're working on the opposition parties coming together.
Yes.
Now, the question I'd like to ask you is, you are a member of the ruling party, or you are planning to defect to this SDP?
No, not at all.
Or PDP?
No.
You're going back to PDP?
I was in PDP on sabbatical for only 2 years, I think, or 3.
Before you now moved
That
away.
was in 2010 to 2013, I left. I was on sabbatical.
Politically speaking, the talks about CPC arm of the APC wanted to move from the APC and defect to the SDP maybe. Does it worry you as a leader of the APC?
As I said, everyone matters. APC should be worried about what's going on, or at least they should not just brush it aside as most or some of the leadership in the APC are doing. You can't do anything. No. Every vote matters.
But why would people want to move from the ruling party?
Yeah, of course.
What is going on the inside? Why?
Politics is about interest now. If people see that their interests will not be served very well in a particular place, they move. Especially in Nigeria, where politics is more of platform, not ideology. So people can move around, and it doesn't prick their conscience. But there are some people that are not even ready to move around. They stick to it. There are some people that have been in PDP since day one. They have never moved, like Bode George.
And like Nyesom Wike.
Yeah, Nyesom Wike has never moved, changed his party. But now, you can't say where he is.
Maybe he's APC.
PDAPC, yeah.
Because he is in the
one
cabinet.
One leg is in PDP and the other leg is in APC. Yeah.
But you look at it, what do you think are the grievances of some people in the APC, making them think, having a double thought about?
Yeah, 2 years.
Why?
2 years. One of the biggest is 2 years into the government. Many people feel they have been abandoned. Like Rufai gave that an excuse that APC left him behind. while, and so many others too, looking at, what I know you called me to discuss, like, showing appointments, opening up, having access, then carrying people along, feeling you belong. It's not, it's just down in the school. So people are not happy. Many people don't have access. I said it sometimes back. They didn't do something about it. Instead, they come back on the pages of newspaper and start abusing the messenger instead of addressing the message. The same thing that is happening in most of the things. And that's very, very dangerous.
Senator.
And who are these court jesters, these hypocrites that would rather attack the messenger and leave the message? It's talking about Onofunuga, Bulaba, and whoever feels fit for this message, right? I haven't gotten to that part where he actually called it out. Okay, we'll get to that part. But listen to this one.
Yeah, because he's going to be a rock solid based on the experience. You spend a long time in politics, so you should know. If you look at the crystal ball, do you think Tinubu can have a comeback in 2020 with what is going on right now?
Yeah.
Your prediction, what is it?
That is if they work on it.
But things are not looking good right now.
Yeah, you know that. Circumstantially and also evidently. Why I say circumstantially is because there is a global turndown that contributes to the economic downturn, increase in inflation, the downturn in the value of naira. And then, if you look at from the presidency itself, being unable to carry people effectively, especially politicians, politically, and also, having, I said it here before, and I was really thinking whether I should say it again, even though I stand on it, that if you have aristocrats and kleptocrats dominating the democratic space, you would have a problem.
Is that what is happening right now?
Yes, because the Democrats have been abandoned. I said it before, it costed me my job. And I don't know whether next now they will be expelled from the party for saying this.
Are you afraid of expulsion or suspension?
I'm not.
You've tested it before?
Yes, several times. I've been to prison two times for speaking the truth. 2 times.
So where are these kleptocrats? Are they around the
system?
President?
You know why?
Where are they?
Because things are not working, and many people are responsible for that. And if it's not working, who do you blame? Do you blame the president? No. It's not the president, it's the people around you.
And you call them kleptocrats?
Yes.
Meaning those who steal?
Yeah.
And they are stealing the nations, and is it that bad? There's a lot of people who have been accused in the Buhari government,
no, it's not,
in the past government.
When you say kleptocrats, it's not like they are stealing, no. They are in government to make money.
That's what is their focus on.
Yes. So most of the time, they don't care about what is actually going on. Their focus is what they can make.
Is Tinubu aware that he has kleptocrats
I don't know. I don't know.
Around him?
I don't know. Go and ask him. But I know what I'm saying. I said it before. I was removed as a result of that. I don't know what will happen again, but I know that there will be backlash. I don't care. I said it before when I was on Arise TV sometimes talking about some issues. I said it that attack dogs will come after me. And they did. Only one person that did not bite me, but 2 did.
Okay, we'll get that in a moment. But let me take you to your state, Borno State. You saw what Governor.
So he was talking about the 2 that beat him, right? And Bulaba, the guy from his own state of Borno, was one of them. How did you describe Dani Bulaba? Like this.
I made true.
They say your observations are incorrect and that they're not factual. But again, let me ask you, Senator, politically, are you threatened? No. Because what we are hearing on the ground is maybe there's one of the advisors to president that is being prepped to replace you.
Who's that?
I don't know. You are on
No, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not scared
Are you scared of Bwala?
No. Bwala.
Daniel Bwala.
Bwala cannot win House of Assembly member in my state.
But if he's giving you a ticket, well, I mean, the ticket for...
Ticket is a different thing. Election is another thing. Bwala tried to be a senator now. Did he get anywhere? I don't want to talk about Bwala.
But who are you referring to as the attacker? Is it only Bayo you are referring to?
Bwala is a MAGA dog.
What do you mean by that?
Check.
My English is not gotten up to that.
Check.
What do you mean by that?
Google MAGA dog.
Now, my Google isn't working at the moment.
Yeah, that's.
But is it fair now to refer to your kinsman as in that light? That's not fair.
Is it fair?
If they come after you, would you like it?
Who will come after me?
I mean, you said they came after you.
No,
and you were not happy in the manner.
No, they can. Tomorrow, Bwala can come out. He did it before. These are people that abused people like Obasanjo, people like Reverend Martin Kuka, people like Wole Soyinka, people that are old enough, respected. Bwala has insulted all of them, including the president.
But
he called president. I made true.
They say you're
MAGA dog. What is MAGA dog? Okay, let me put it on the screen so that we can all see it. Okay. Because I actually did go check what was MAGA dog. And here, give me a second. I'll research it. What is MAGA dog? MAGA dog is a musical. So we probably will need to go deeper into what do you call it? Go deeper into the lyrics of the music if we want to get to the message, right? But here is what he called Onofunuga. Oh, what did he call Onofunuga? Onofunuga wanted to be a senator, but he's now a domestic servant, something like that. Abba.
2 years older than me. I don't know about his qualification, but I know he was a good journalist that spoke truth to power, that he had to even run away. So when somebody like me, who is a senator, speaks like this, then he uses the language, I can only say it's very unfortunate. But I have no reason to be, hypocritic, to be selective, or whatever he called me. Instead, he is the one. Because you know what? I have been a senator, this is the 4th time. He tried to be a senator, he could
16
not.
years.
Yes. He tried to be senator even at the first time, he couldn't make it. Who is more frustrated? He has ended up being a domestic staff of
He's
Mr.
not a
President.
domestic, he's a special advisor to the president.
Yeah, it's domestic.
That's a senior role. That's not a domestic.
No, even if you're senior, there is senior domestic servant.
No, how do you describe? Is your judge
2 years older than me?
Oh dear. Anyway, that's a Dume, okay? And he's probably prepared for what to come because they are going to feed on him, right? Onofunuga is currently cooking his response. And in Mama Patient's voice, right? They say, help us so, Che, Che, Che.
Che, help us, oh, help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The presidency now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. 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 There is God. Check.
Sorry, Mama, please. So there is another one. This one is coming from Ekpeazu. Ekpeazu is the immediate past governor of Abia. Okay. It's not good. Sorry about that. So Ekpeazu is the former governor of Abia State, the same guy that was giving pregnant women who deliver their babies, they will give them 500 naira. Okay, just for having a baby in Abia Hospital, right? He is one of the G-string governors, okay? And he is also currently being turned down for position of ambassador. So somewhere, just yesterday, it was somewhere. Yeah, somebody was supposed to jail. He was there somewhere, and I was now talking about the successors that were criticizing their predecessors, right? Then he called them corrupt. Like, what the heck? They said that statement, okay? And yeah, there are many like that. Criminals, thieves. They are the other statement in the contraption, like this one.
Used for us. The federal government said, we are going to feed from primary 1 to 3. We said in Abia we will feed primary 1 to 6. And my understanding at that time was that, how do you have 3 pupils going to school? One is in primary 4, holding his younger brother in primary 1. And every day that is primary 1 will get 1 egg. And the one in primary 4 will not eat another. If on their way back to school there's a fight, that my small brother will fight alone because he ate his egg alone. So we decided to solicit for food. We opened food banks in 3 senatorial districts. So at the end of the day, we were able to maintain feeding of primary 1 to 6 pupils. And parents started taking their children back to school. But school does not constitute just food. So we needed to retrain the course used for us.
And he went on and on and on and on. Tell us about, sorry, I'll give you a sec. If you see any successor criticizing their predecessor, it is because they are incompetent and corrupt. So I write, they clap for him in that gathering. Okay? Just like we do have people who are clapping for the NBC right now. You heard that Idris song, right? Today. They've already sent somebody to the TV station, okay? To go on there and defend the NBC that banned that music. And in defense of that, this guy that's going to appear on your screen just now, explaining that the fact that Idris mentioned Tiknumbu's son's name, Sheyi Tiknumbu, makes it an attack on his personality. Therefore, the music is banned, okay? Look at his face, okay? Because some people are saying, whenever this shit goes down, whenever the revolution starts, people are already booking people that they don't want anybody to drag with them. Director's court. Under no circumstance or circumstances, the African Wahala, should anybody in this temple drag whoever the GO is interested in. Some will tell you that many people don't drag Wike with them, or they leave Wike for them. Some will tell you that if you sit up where Fashua, many people just leave them for them when the revolution goes down. Others say that if you see Naremi, I see, may they leave them for them. So that everybody is speaking everyone that they believe should collect when the revolution goes down. This may be an additional to those of you who are taking collection of that, okay? Listen to this guy.
Okay, thank you, Charles, and good evening to our audience everywhere across the globe. It's quite correct that we all enjoy, or we are guaranteed freedom of expression, freedom of speech within the Constitution of Nigeria as a democratic nation. However, we must also underline the fact that this freedom of speech is not, must be oriented within the context of sanity. The NBC that has slammed a ban on Idris Abdulkarim song has quoted a violation. I think part of the question we need to ask is, did NBC, I'm not representing NBC here in any way, but as an analyst, my opinion would be that let us dip below the surface to look at the issues that they have raised. They have said that this song has contravened a section of the broadcasting code, and the code they cited is section 3.1.8. Has anybody, including the press like you, Charles, have you tried to look at what does that section provide for?
As a matter of fact, we have.
Good. And the issue is that do we have to now interpret what that section says? Because when we say we have freedom, this freedom must be oriented to bring sanity to this country. Of course, he has complained. He has put it in music, just like he has said. He will not be the first to sing song, but I believe the purpose of that song should be to call the attention of the president to what all of us Nigeria have been complaining. But to begin to mention name, it's like an attack on the personality of even Sheyi Tinubu, as I could say. So I want to believe that while the freedom of expression is good, every organization is guided, every practitioner within a given profession is guided by code. Like in the construction industry, you are building code. You won't say because you have freedom of expression, freedom of speech, or freedom to do things, you will not be guided by that. In the finance sector, you have code. So NBC has code. So we should ask, are these artists, are they even aware of the code that guide their operation? So if they are aware, they should be able to live within that code. I think we should also separate emotion from the criticality of certain things that can bring incitement among the people. While the president will continue to do what he has asked that he will do based on the Renew Hope agenda, we need also to point out objectively areas that need improvement. This music should also be used to even identify areas that has been done well in order for us to have a... Okay, thank you, Charles, and good evening to our audience everywhere across the globe. It's quite correct that we all enjoy, or we are guaranteed freedom of expression, freedom of speech within the Constitution of Nigeria as a democratic nation. However, we must also underline the fact that this freedom of speech is not, must be oriented within the context of sanity. The NBC that has slammed a ban on Idris Abdulkarim song has quoted a violation. I think part of the question we need to ask is
tell your papa country hard. Tell your papa, she. Tell your papa people they die. Tell your papa, she. This one don't pass jaga jaga, 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 yama, yama, wuru, ojoro, mago, mago. Where the mago mago dance? Where the wuru wuru dance? Where the mago mago dance? Tinubu, ebi ń pa mẹ̀kúnnù. Ṣèyí, ebi ń pa mẹ̀kúnnù. Tinubu, ebi ń pa mẹ̀kúnnù. Ṣèyí, how far? I swear your papa no try. Too much empty promises. Bala blue, grammar. Bula blue, wahala. On behalf of Nigerians, take our message to him. Kidnappers, they kill Nigerians. Sheyi, try travel by road without your security. Make you feel the pains of fellow Nigerians. You dey fly private jet. Insecurity no be your problem. Nigerians when they travel by road, some of them they face death sentence. Any Oriyo, Odile, Shagamu, Ore, Bini, experience. Make you tell Mr. President, hunger day, you still want make them cooperate. If people they protest, you soldiers suppress them. Removal of subsidy, a bold step they call it. How much your papa don't save since he removed subsidy? Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, 4.9 billion per kilometer, 700 kilometers, run into multiple trillion. When normal road inside town, no get any attention. Even Dave Mai, don't do us mago. Judiciary is compromised. State of emergency inside River State. Graduate, grab definition of this government. Apagio, Natasha, I go soon shoot to a movie. Wait for it, it's coming. Tell your papa, Sheyi. Tell your papa, country hard. Tell your papa, Sheyi. Tell your papa, people they die. Tell your papa, Sheyi. This one don't pass jaga jaga, 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 yama, yama, wuru, ojoro, mago, mago. Where the mago mago dance? Where the wuru wuru dance? Where the mago mago dance? Sheyi, Alpha, Omo, Emiloko. You say your papa not the best president. Okay, after 2 years, tell me what your papa don't do. Hunger, 1 kill us to buy food, the luxury. Momo, Eja, Iresi, Ewa, Issue, Gari, Indomie, spaghetti. People they jump inside lagoon because of economic hardship. Very wicked policy, anti-people's policy. Country hard, people they die. Hunger day, your papa no try. We are not against your father. If your papa do well, we go praise him. If you no do well, we go yarn him. To buy food, na luxury. Electricity, na luxury. Your papa don't increase tariff. Even the light we no see. To on AC, na luxury. Each 1 kill us for the country. To buy data, na luxury. 3 hours, you don't finish. Telecommunication companies co-night with the government. Banking industry co-night with the government to frustrate Nigerians. This na total wickedness. Your papa no be the best president. To buy clothes wear na luxury. 1 jeans, 40k. T-shirt, 25k. Ozu go, Ozu come. Body no be firewood. Parent work every day. They still no fee pay school fees. Inflation for the nation. Nigerians no fee function.
Shout out to very dark black man. Continue to do what you do best. I hear you.
So that's the song they've just banned. And on that note as well, right, is where we're going to draw the curtain this night. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm battling with my system, right? It crashed, not crashed, right? It hung and I had to restart that while we were in the middle of the last shot. So thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one. Máyégún Diary politico. Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni. Ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.